Hey y'all, I'm Angela Barrett, and this is Talking South Carolina. Now y'all take a load off and listen, because no matter if you just moved here, thinking about moving here, been here your whole life, or you just plain nosy, bless your heart, I'll have something for you. Like, who's living in High Cotton? Who's madder than a wet hen? Places to go if you got a hankering for fried chicken, and where you can go to get drunk as Cooter Brown. We'll talk pig pickings, cow tipping, tillions, hay rides, who's buttering whose biscuits, what's a case quarter, and lots of other stuff. So stay a while. Y'all, it's gotta be a hoot.
This episode of the Talking South Carolina podcast has been brought to you in part by HomeMattersSC.com, professional real estate services and marketing in the Midlands of South Carolina for people who want more. And now she's a realtor by day and a podcaster by night. Here's your host of the Talking South Carolina podcast, Angela Barrett.
Hey, Daryl, thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
My pleasure. Wow.
So now, Daryl, you are the lead singer with Cash Money Experience Band, right?
Yes, I am.
And you guys have been together for about 20 years.
Well, this band that I'm speaking of now been together for 16 years.
16, so almost, yeah.
Yeah, almost.
And you guys are a five-piece R&B, right?
Yeah, we classify ourselves as R&B, Motown, top 40.
Yeah, a lot of beach music because I've listened and danced.
Yes.
So, Daryl, tell me one thing. How do you see yourself as have gotten to where you are today?
Well, since I've been doing this since I was young, my brothers, it's a family thing. With my brothers, we are called now the Neurons because we are still together. I'm from
It is called what again?
The Neurons.
Okay, Neuron.
That is a group I first started with my brothers, two brothers, and cousins. We're a family group.
Right.
And we had some small recordings out, regional stuff in Philly and Delaware area. We had a song called I'm a Loner, and that put us on the charts a little bit. We used to open up for the Stylistics, the Delphonics, the Temptations, and Gladys Knight and the Pips, and all that. And my other brothers, they just decided to go their own way and do their own thing, but I stuck with it.
Right.
Because it's like a passion of me, like it wouldn't let me stop. So I just kept going and getting into different things, and then I came down here in South Carolina and got with the band called The Occasions. I'm a girl watcher.
Right.
I was the lead singer for them for 20 years. I came down here in 93. I was lead singer for him, Wayne Pittman, for 20 years. And through that band, I came up with Cash Money because a couple of his members were in The Occasions as well. So Wayne decided to retire, but I didn't want to stop.
Sure.
That's when I I asked my bass player and my guitar player, they were with Occasions. I asked them, did you want to keep this thing going? So we all got together, and that's how Cash Money Experience came together.
Now, how did you guys come up with that name?
Believe it or not, we were doing gigs, and people was paying us by checks. A couple of checks bounced. So we said we have to make a statement on this thing. Let's call ourselves Cash Money. So that would kind of make the people say, okay, and it works too, because they say, now we would like to pay you by check, but does that cash money mean anything specifically? I say, well, we ran into a couple problems with checks, so that's why we came up with the name Cash Money. So they say, oh yeah, we understand. I mean, but we accept checks and everything. Don't get me wrong. But that's how that name came up. We said, man, we need to make it known. Cash Money.
Right.
And the experience came in. It's a famous rap group called Cash Money in Los Angeles. And every time they go on and look for us, they would pull them up because they was more famous than we were.
Right.
We said we need something to set us apart. So that's where the experience came in.
Right.
Money experience.
Yeah, I get it. That's a great story. I love it. Bounce checks.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys do y'all have other things y'all do? Y'all work other places besides just playing music, or y'all just play music?
No, we are blessed to do this full time.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
So now, how many gigs do y'all do? Let's just say in a given month. And I know that varies. But
to sum it up, we do around 82 jobs a year.
Wow. So where do you feel this band, where's the biggest place or biggest scene you've ever played? Because I know you don't play just here in the area.
We've recently been to California. We did a big car show out there.
Oh, wow.
And they booked us. And we're getting a lot of jobs behind my Neurons fame.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I say that, because we have recordings in London, the Neurons. We have recordings in California. They love us in California. So when they see my face with the Cash Money, they automatically go to the Neurons thing. So,
right.
Matter of fact, people in London think Cash Money is the Neurons.
Oh, gosh.
So, because they see my face. So, one of my biggest things is with Cash Money is when we went to can't think of the name, Fontana, California. That's where it was.
Gotcha.
Ontario, yes. And we did a big car show out there, and they accepted us real well. I mean, it was like they made us feel like rock stars.
Yeah. Well, you are.
and we just had another one that was up with this. We just had our 16th year anniversary.
Right.
At Saluda Shoals.
Yeah, the concert.
That was in May.
Right.
Our manager, Debbie Frierson, and our PR person, Joanne Benson, they really did their thing on that. I mean, the decorations, putting it together. It was nice. It was really, it was real. They flew my family in, which I didn't know. They surprised me.
Nice.
Yeah, my family from New Jersey. They flew them in and surprised me with that because I didn't know they was coming. So it was that was another big landmark in Cash Money.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Now, so about the band. Now, what about you told me a little bit about your background. What about the other guys? What kind of backgrounds do they have?
The name of the guys in the band are my bass player is named Teddy Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard player Lucius Frierson. We call him Doc. The drummer, Danny Kelly. Our guitar player, which he's from New Jersey with where I'm from. That's why we get along so well. Eugene Williams. He used to play with Kool and the Gang.
Oh, God, one of my favorites.
Yeah. He used to play with Kool and the Gang because, Kool and the Gang is from up that way, Jersey.
Right. The song Celebration?
Yeah, we do Celebration. The songs he played on was Celebration, Get Down on It, Hollywood Swinging, and She's Fresh.
Yeah.
We do them in our shows. Cash Money show.
The Celebration song, when I was a very young married woman, that used to be my toilet bowl cleaning. Think about it.
Celebration. Yeah. Well, that's requested a lot because when we do birthday parties and stuff like that, well, can you play Celebration?
Yeah.
It's a good tune.
It's
a fun song to do. Yeah, and people start singing with it, everybody starts singing along with it. So, but those guys, like I said, they've been sticking with me for 16 years. We actually turned Cash Money into a business, where it's not we play a gig and everybody split money and go.
Right.
We turn it into a business.
Sure.
Matter of fact, we just got a record deal.
Right. I was going to ask you about that.
Okay. Yeah, we just got a record deal from Star Corner Records out of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Music, we're affiliated with them in not Los Angeles. Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
They do all our marketing, PR work, stuff like that. So we just released a song called Outside Looking In, which is one of the new runs that I was telling you about, my brother's group. It's an old song that the record company in Atlanta gave us. They said, "You look, go ahead, take that song and redo it for cash money." So that's what we did.
Yeah, I was going to ask you the story behind that song. Yeah.
And so it's a new Ron's, a remake of one of the new Ron's old songs, and we did it our way.
Yeah.
That matter of fact, that's going to be fully released tomorrow.
Oh, I was going to say the 19th was a big day for you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The record company put together a big package for us. We have a clothing line that's going to be launched. We have a website that's going to be launched. We also have the song. So all that's going to be launched tomorrow.
So is this coming out as a single, or is it going to be a single? I gotcha. Well, great. Well, congratulations. That's phenomenal.
Thank you. And I'll send you a copy.
Absolutely. Please do. Now, when you guys are on stage, is the way you dress a very well thought out? First of all, tell us how, I know there is because I've seen you play, but tell us the story behind how y'all came up with sort of, I'm not going to call it outfits, but costumes or you know.
Again, all this is stemming from the new Rons.
Mm-hmm.
When we opened the show for Gladys Knight and the Pips at the convention hall in Camden, she called us in her dressing room.
Now, where was this?
This was back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Before I came down here.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us, she said that dressing is a very important part of the show because number one, it shows respect for the audience. If the audience is going to pay money, travel to come see it, you should have respect enough to look presentable on the show.
Sure.
She also said that's how she was taught from Motown. Motown taught her how to do that, because that was part of their success. So all their groups, they went through grooming process, how to talk, how to dress,
right,
how to do interviews and conduct herself on stage. So she sat us down and said, follow that rule, and that is 75% of your show, the dress, because people's going to see you before they hear you.
Sure.
So I told the guys the same thing. I said, look, we're not going to go out there looking like we just got off of work.
Yeah.
Cutting grass, jeans. And I'm not down in the other bands, because if that's the way they want to do, that's fine. But I want to stand out from other.
Well, and you sing a very particular type of music.
Right. We do more show. Our band is more of a show band.
Correct.
Than getting up there and just playing. You know what I mean? We want to entertain. I go in the audience and interact with the people and everything, and make them feel a part of the show.
And it almost a little old school, throwing you back a little bit in time when.
Well, that's where I came from, the old school.
Right. Me too. And when you could understand the words in the song.
Right.
And you could say them in front of children.
Right. Yeah, we try to do shows. Now we can get down now. If we really wanted to. We can go there.
Sure.
If we wanted to. You know what I mean?
But, if requested. Sure.
A lot of our artists, a lot of our performances is more like family oriented. and older people. So we always try to respect. That's the thing that we try to do, and bring people together to have fun.
Right,
That's why we get a lot of gigs, because they say, man, if you want to have fun, call Cash Money.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? And,
Right.
and plus, like, getting back to the dress, we got a reputation now where when we walk in, I mean, we're not dressed when we walk in, because we got to set up and all that.
sure.
People come up to us, what y'all wearing tonight? Club owner, what you all wearing tonight? It's a surprise. We'll let you know, because
Right.
now it's got to the thing they want to come see us to see what we're wearing. You know what I
Right.
mean? So all that works. It
Right.
works together. Mm-hmm.
Now the creative process with you guys, how does that work?
As far as the shows and
Yeah, I mean,
stuff like that.
yeah, you don't get up there and do the same set everywhere you go.
No. We have different sets. That goes back to what I said about different audiences. We have different sets for different places.
Mm-hmm.
If we go, for example, the Myrtle Beach, we got a beach set.
Yeah.
My Girl, Under the Boardwalk,
Right.
things like that. When we do a club that wants to party, then we come with Marvin Gaye, The Temptations,
Mm-hmm.
Cool and the Gang.
Right.
Then if we doing like a wedding or something, then we can come with the Righteous Brothers, Al Green, So we have
Right.
sets that
Sure.
we can incorporate with, Now, like last night, it was like a concert, so we mixed it up.
Right.
We did some beach for beach people. We did some R&B for R&B people. Then we did some top 40 for the younger people. So
Sure.
we make sure that we have enough material that we can do that.
Now, what are some of the top 40 songs that you guys do?
Oh, we do Bruno Mars. People love Bruno Mars. We do, let me see, Bruno Mars. Now I got to pick my brain now. Well, we do most of the popular, not most of it, but the popular stuff that you hear on the radio.
Sure.
We try to learn about at least 5 or 6 of them,
Right.
to incorporate with our show.
Now, where do you guys practice?
At my keyboard players, he has a building down on Beltline.
Oh, nice.
And, it's set up.
And y'all are all here in Columbia?
Yes, a studio. He has a studio where we rehearse. Everything's set up. What we do is go in, plug in, and
Yeah.
rehearse. Yeah, we try to rehearse twice a month.
Yeah.
At least twice a month.
Well, I think I interrupt you with my celebration story. So you were telling me about the backgrounds, and of course we got to the guy that played with Cool and the Gang, and
Yeah.
Tell me about the others.
And the other guys, the keyboard player, he's played with out of Atlanta. He's coming from out of Atlanta. He's played with artists, R&B artists like Cameo,
Ooh.
the Gap Band, things like that. He's played with them.
Mhm.
A bass player, he's played with old school guys like Clarence Carter, Johnny Taylor.
That's something you can't play in front of children.
Yeah. That's what, when I said that we can go there. Now, when they want us to go there, we bring out Clarence Carter. You know what I mean?
You got to be from certain places to know who
Yeah.
he is, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And the drummer, he's the youngest guy in the band. Matter of fact, he hasn't played with too many groups, but he's been with us for 16 years. So, we kind of groomed him.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, we kind of groomed him. So, but the rest of the guys have played with big artists, so they kind of know how to conduct themselves.
Sure.
Everything, they know the game. They know the business.
So now, who do you think, out of the people that you named that you played with, Gladys Knight and the Pips, and I think you said Temptations, and what do you think was your favorite band that you played with
Well,
Why?
the nicest, and I'll go back to Gladys Knight
So now I knew.
because they treated us. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody has an ego to a point. All the groups, they got a little ego. I mean, of course, they got hit records and famous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the groups weren't mean to us. They treated us like musicians and with respect, as much as they could, because we were the only one that didn't have the hit record and stuff like that.
Right.
But Gladys Knight, she took the time to sit down with us
Mm-hmm.
and tell us what I was speaking about the dressing and how to conduct herself. She took the time. I mean, she is a very down to earth lady. She is, and I'll tell that story every time because she really gave us some gems on that. I mean, and I follow that till the day,
Right.
So I would say Gladys Knight and the Pips, and we performed. A matter of fact, other top 40 stuff that you was asking me, Boys to Men.
Oh,
I knew them guys personally. Boys to
Well,
Men.
yeah.
And matter of fact, they're from Philly. We're all from Philadelphia, so I knew them guys personally. So we do a lot of their stuff. Speaking of top 40 stuff, we do some of their stuff.
Right.
And End of the Road was our biggest hit.
Mm.
Called End of the Road.
Right.
We do that one. Like I said, but Gladys Knight is about my favorite. To get back to that,
Yeah.
to answer your question.
So would you say that was probably the, I guess the best piece of advice you've ever been given by another musician, or can you think of something else? Best piece of advice.
I think that was it.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one though. I mean,
that put me on the right track right there, because we was going into it. We was going into it at that time. We were young. All we wanted to do, and I'm be honest with you, we didn't care about getting paid. We didn't care about the business end. All we wanted to do, to be honest, to sing for the girls. That's it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, we were young boys coming up.
sure.
And we loved the girl hollering and all that, making eyes at us, waving at us. And that's all we were really, into it for at the time. But when Gladys Knight set us down and told us that, look, you could go further if you follow these steps, because that's why I'm where I'm at now, because Barry Gordy groomed all his groups. And I took it from there. So that was I think that was the best piece of advice.
Yeah.
That groomed me and made me think about how to do this, be in this business. Because the business is very competitive and hard. I mean, people see you on stage and, oh, he's having so much fun, and which we are, but they don't know the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You got to deal with the rehearsals, traveling, stuff like that. They don't see that part. They don't see that part of it. So the advice from Gladys made me think about it more on a business point of view than just, I said, we can do this for a living. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that piece of advice really made us think more.
So you just mentioned there about the traveling and sort of what the people don't see. How do you guys handle all that?
Well, as far as
Dealing with it, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of stress, and it's
I say again,
work.
we exactly we constructed it so it can be like a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like somebody going to a 9-to-5 job. We know it's our
Yours
job.
is not 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's not 9-to-5. But we treat it as a job,
Right.
and a business. We set it up that way, and all the guys know when we have a gig, we treat it like a business. We be there on time,
Right.
start on time, and everything. Even far as the business go, far as monies, we set it up that we don't run in the back room, split the money up. we have it
Right.
set up so everybody gets paid at a certain time. They
Right.
can expect pay at a certain time. Now that we have that record deal, we get royalties from the record company. So we try to set it up like a business.
Sure.
Right? We have that mindset, and the fun part is on stage. That's the fun part.
Sure.
But we know when we're not on stage, just like now, I'm doing this.
Right.
So it's the same, and this is a pleasure, but these are some of the things people don't see.
Right. Well, they'll see this.
Yeah, they'll see that, yeah, and
But marketing, you're marketing, and
yeah, the marketing, exactly.
which is part of it with any business.
Right.
If you don't have that and you don't have good marketing, well,
And I'm proud of the guys because we all have the same mindset.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
right. That's right.
You don't have to explain why I'm doing this or why we're doing that. They already know.
Yeah, it's nice to work with people who, not that you want to think alike and agree on everything. That would be that would be very boring.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. But everybody knows what
The
route.
goal is the same.
Exactly.
Might be some little trials and tributes to get here, but
Right.
the goal's the same, and that's always nice. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you mentioned singing for the girls and all that
Yeah.
earlier. So give me your most unusual fan interaction.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. A fan interaction.
And it very, you're the most unusual one.
Most unusual. Well, let me give me a second. Because there's a lot of stuff happens out there on them shows. I tell you, it's and all of it. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but we're talking now.
Yay.
And I'm okay. We was at a show. There was this person sitting over to my left. Oh man, I'm just singing. Beautiful woman. It was a woman.
Sure.
I'm just singing and making eye contact and singing and doing my little moves and everything. So I goes over to the table and sang to her. I wasn't being disrespectful or anything,
Sure.
but I seen that she was really admiring me. So I go over and sing to her and hit my high notes and everything. So after the show was over, my best friend came over to me and said, "Daryl, you know that was a man you were singing to?"
Oh. Well.
He said, "Do you know who you were singing to?" I said, "No." I said, "Look good." Well, that was Daryl. That was a man.
Oh my.
So right there, I can say that was one of them.
Yeah.
Or the most. Well, yeah. So I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Right. That's a good one. Right. That is a good one. I like it. Thank you for telling that story.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't tell that to everybody now. Oh, wow, this is going to be on air, isn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. But I'm quite sure, though, I'm the only one that's happened to.
Oh, yeah, I imagine. Yeah. So now you've done this for a really long time. So tell me what you think about the industry, what it was when you started versus now, and good and bad.
Oh, wow. let me start with the well, nothing's really bad about it. It's just changed a lot. Back in the day when we first started, for example, equipment wise, I always tell people that. Now I remember we had guitar amp, the bass amp, and the drummer. And the singers plugged into the guitar amp to sing out of. We didn't have monitors. We didn't have ear monitors. We didn't have cordless mics and all that.
Right.
And a lot of times, the neurons didn't even have a mic, you know? So now, when you do a show, you got 1,000 cords to hook up.
Yeah.
You got ear monitors. You got to have a sound man to make sure the sound's right. I mean, that changed drastically. I mean, that's a big change. Now that's in the entertainment part of it. Now the business part of it really done changed a lot too, because, for example, if you want to get a record deal, you would have to go from record company to record company. You got to audition, and that goes for getting gigs too. You would have to go. Sometime you have to do a gig. You know, the club owner say, "Well, if you come do a gig, I can't pay you, but that's exposure."
Right.
Okay. But that's what we had to do.
Sure.
You know, so we had to do those things. Even with record labels and stuff like that. You have to go and stand up there and sing in front of the record exec in front of them and stuff like that. But now, all they got to do is click a button.
Right.
YouTube, Instagram,
right,
Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, and that part of it I love.
Right.
You only have to leave the house now.
Yeah.
You know, and club owners and stuff, you don't have to go to their club, or they don't have to travel around and see a band. All they got to do, when they call me, they say, "Daryl, I've never seen your band. Where can I see you?" Click YouTube.
Right.
Click Instagram. Right. Click Facebook. And you can see everything you want to see. How we look, how we sound, and everything. So that's what it has come to now. And getting back with the Zoom thing, I say I'm kind of new at it. Technology is changing so much, even with the equipment. Now the sound man can walk around in the audience with a pad and adjust your sound. When back then he had to sit there on the board, but now he got this pad. He can just walk around. He can go sit in his car if he wanna and do the sound. So right. that's how it's been changed. And it's good. I mean, it never was bad, like I said, but I love it now the way it is because it's more easier. You don't need as much equipment, you know. Equipment is scaled down. The speakers used to be bigger than the van. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But now you can carry 2 or 3 speakers and you have the same sound.
Right.
You know? So that's the way it has changed, you know, from back then till now. And I am blessed to see it.
Right. Yes.
I am really blessed to see it.
Yes, that is. Mm-hmm. What do you think about your audience? Has that changed? How they react?
No.
Participation. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. No. I do think it's, you know, I say this with every musician that I ever interview and talk with. Music is the one thing that will bring everybody together because everybody loves it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you could be country music fan, you could be this, but when you're at a live performance like you guys, everybody loves it.
That warms my heart to see. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It warms my heart to see the black and the whites and different minorities sitting there laughing, dancing together.
Yeah.
Clapping.
It's almost as if the outside world just
don't exist. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that fuels me.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel good.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
I really love that. I love that I can touch people like that. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great experience on your side. I'm sure it certainly is on mine.
Yes, it is.
So you've touched on this a few times, but tell me what your favorite part is about being a musician.
That what I just said about bringing people together and making someone smile, and of course, doing it for a living and getting paid for it.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Doing something that I love to do and getting paid for it. I mean, it's a real good feeling. And sometimes I tell the guys, I say, look, man, let's not take this for granted, because I sure don't. Because we're up here singing, having a good time, doing what we love to do, and making a living at it.
Right.
We love going to work. That's one. We love doing it.
Yeah.
And that is my most thing about being a musician. That is one of the most rewarding jobs you can have.
Right.
Is doing something like that, getting paid for your talent.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So now, we talked about your new single comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
And along with the merchandise and all that good stuff. What's next for Cash Money?
Well,
more to come?
Yes, more to come. Well, right as we speak, we're working on another single. Eventually, we want to get a whole album.
And is this going to be original, or is this still going to...
Well, that's what... See, and going back... See, I always go back to the Neurons, because a lot of stuff we do stems from them.
Right.
I let the band hear the Neurons catalog. They love 2 or 3 songs.
Right.
And we need to redo that one next. Or we need to do that one next. So we haven't decided whether it'll be original. But I can go off the reservation right now and say it'll probably be another Neurons remake.
Yeah.
Because
don't fix what's not broke, right?
Yeah. The guys really love some of our songs, and be honest with you, it's easier than sitting there making up or creating. The song already has its own format. All we got to do is put ourself into it. So it'll probably be another Neuron song.
Well, good. Looking forward to it. Yep. Looking forward to it. So the new website that'll come out, and I know you can find you guys on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all those good things. But what will the website be called?
Cash Money Experience.
.com. That's easy enough.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And also it everything will be incorporated in our link tree. We have a new link tree where you'll have links, so you can go to hear the song. Mm-hmm. You can go to the merchandise, where you can go to how to book us, where you can go to our bio, our pictures. So everything is going to be linked up to that link tree.
Oh, good. The website,
We're going to have all the links that you can click on to take you through all these things.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so tell me what you guys, I guess the next biggest gig you got coming up.
Let me see. The next biggest one. Well, I like to say all our gigs is big, because I don't want to. I don't want to step on nobody's toe. But the big one. Right now, we have a big thing coming up around Christmas time. In Greenville.
Yeah.
At the Poinsettia Club. That is a real big thing that we do every year. Mm-hmm. People have on their gowns and tuxedos and stuff like that, and we wear our best suits and stuff. So that right now, I think that's the biggest prestigious one that we got coming up right now. Let me see. Yeah, that's about the biggest one.
Yeah.
Right now.
Gotcha. So people will be able to find out where you're playing and how to book you.
We have that on our Facebook right now. That's on Facebook. We post our schedule on Facebook, a whole month of our schedule.
Right.
Every month. You can find it on Facebook. Go to Cash Money Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. go to Cash Money Experience Instagram.
Yeah.
And you'll see all our performances there. You
Right.
can catch where we're going to be at there. We post it month to month.
And when this website, which will come out maybe tomorrow with the release, so they can go to cashmoney.com and do that as well. Yeah.
And on the link tree too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to find us.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Last question.
Yes.
No, two
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
I missed one a while back. If you could explain the band in a flavor, what would it be?
Our flavor?
If a band could be a flavor, what would your money experience be?
Chocolate.
I like that.
Yeah. Hot chocolate.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love it. All right, so this is the last question. Promise. Give me your life in 5 riffs.
In 5 riffs?
Mm-hmm.
You got me there.
Dang it. All right. Well, that's good. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I look forward to talking with you again and seeing you the next time I have the opportunity.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll be looking forward to seeing when you come to one of our shows. Let me know.
I will.
Let me know that you're there.
I have your cell phone now.
Yeah, okay. So I can introduce you to the guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. It was my pleasure.
Absolutely.
And I'll be seeing you soon.
Okay. Sounds great. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Talking South Carolina podcast. Why not check out our website at talkingsouthcarolina.com and follow us on social media. You can subscribe to the show on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and on your favorite podcast apps. For information about being a sponsor on the show and on the website, contact us at area code 803-386-9885 or email us at angela@talkingsouthcarolina.com. This episode has been brought to you by the friendly folks at Giraffe Marketing. Find out more at giraffemarketingllc.com.
I'm gonna be the best version of me. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, roar like